Welcome back, realvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one is out beyond Sacramento. It's in the Foothills. I'm calling it Sacramento Foothills land. It's not up as far as Lake Tahoe, but it's kind of in between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe. There's some little towns there, Jackson, Sutter Creek, the kind of towns that if you drink a lot of like white wine, I guess you'd know of those towns. Kendall and Jackson, Sutter Creek. There's some big brand name wines from the area. But so this is just up the road past those guys. This picture in the background is the actual property. It's a bunch of oak trees, and there's a septic site in the background. I'll pull up some maps and diagrams of that pretty soon. There's an area here you could build a house. There's a road. This picture would be like I'm standing on the road looking at the property. So there's a road, there's a water line, there's a fire hydrant right there by the property. There's a power line at the road. So you've got all the utilities to go make this one happen. You just got to put the septic in, and I've got a report that says you could put a septic here, tested from, in the past. Okay, let's jump into the website and take a look at this one. So we're on realvacantland.com, where we've sold thousands of properties and got history of thousands of properties sold on here. All kinds of maps and diagrams, and the best way I usually sell these properties is the price. And so I'm asking $19,900 for this property. And we're going to jump into the markets pretty soon, and you're going to show you, like double, triple, quadruple kinds of prices for anything like it. And so I scratched my head why this one isn't sold yet. It looks like on little ruralvacantland.com, 16,177 people have taken a look at this property. I gotta really scratch my head about that one. No, that's a lot of people looking at it. Thank you guys. Thanks for visiting my website. Thanks for looking at all these properties we post on the website. And it's a big purchase. You got to search through them and compare and contrast and understand what it is you want, where it is you want, how much you're willing to pay, how much work you're willing to take on, or how simple you want a kind of property where everything's done for you. There's a lot of choices, and I get a lot of questions. The phone goes kabooey with all the questions about buying vacant land. So I try to answer as many of them as I can, but I can't get all the phone calls from you guys. So if you got questions, I also answer a lot of questions in the comments. Sometimes I make videos about some of the questions in the comments. So you can just do it and hit the comments of YouTube here. And the description of this YouTube video will take you back to this website. You can watch more videos about the land. You can, at older, higher price video. And I got drone videos. You can watch drone videos, like really boring, slow photography from above. But if you're gonna buy it, if you're gonna go, it's easier than driving out there to look at it. You can look at drone video from above, and you see it from a lot of different angles. You get a lot better idea of what's going on before you drive out there and really look at it. Okay, so here's the property on the map. Let's blow this sucker up. Maybe that's too far. That'll work. So Lake Tahoe, big blue chunk. Sacramento, maybe if I turn it on a map view, like political stuff. Okay, so here's Sacramento over here, and here's Lake Tahoe over here. Here is Sutter Creek and Jackson over here, and here's the property. So much closer to Sutter Creek and Jackson than Lake Tahoe or Sacramento. The 88 comes out of Sutter Creek, Jackson area, goes up the hill. So we're going up the hill, up the 88. And we would get off at Gala Drive. So Gala Drive is right here behind my head. Gala Drive turns off and goes to the property. Let's see if we can do satellite view. Okay, so there's houses built all along here, and then it spreads out more and goes into these bigger kinds of lots. And so if we take this little dude, come on, Mr. Street View, buddy, we can see the turnoff of the property. It looks like some more oak trees. A lot of oak trees in the area. Some pines. So here's the view of the road to turn off. And so these houses are jammed together a lot more at the turnoff. But then as you go further down the road, they spread out. I wonder if how they're doing sewer septic in these really tightly knit houses. I don't think there's a sewer system in this neighborhood. Okay, so I hit the wrong button. So we're going to get out of the street view and zoom in. So we were looking up this road at these houses. I mean, this just seems tight to fit septics in there, but maybe they did. Maybe they've got a treatment plant going on here for it, or a pond. But down this way, it's all septic. This is all septic area. And so this property here, I think if we hit Mr. Google button down in the corner, we can go 3D. So we're going to lose the lot lines of the property, but you saw where it was. It's right here, right? So I'm holding the control button and playing with Google, and then you can see it in 3D. You can do this on your computer if you go pull up these maps on ruralvacantland.com. I love maps, you know, so it helps so much in land. There's a power poles going, so the land's in here. This is, let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, Google lost me. So yeah, so it's this area. You can build in here, and then the septic's like over here or something. So you can see the neighbors are building all over the place. So it'd be over here. Okay, so here's the view, and the property's over here. So if we've got that kind of orientation set up, the septic goes back in here. I'm gonna pull over septic info. I got this on the website now. I just uploaded this to the website. This is a letter from the Environmental Health Department, Land Use Agency. And this is from, this subdivision, we're lot 21. So it's talking about different lots. And it says lot 21, it's suitable for shallow pressure dose designs and will require that a site-specific design be by a qualified consultant be submitted for review and approval by this department prior to permit issuance. So somebody went through and did testing on a whole bunch of these lots. Probably when they split this land up, it was probably part of the requirement to split up the land would be to show what kind of septic you can do. So here's the septic stuff. They did some trenches. They dug some 60-inch trench and a 57-inch trench, and they did MPI. What is that? So I don't know. Okay, so these are the flow rates. It's usually like gallons per inch that it goes down, and amount of time and stuff. But this is the flow test. You get this to a licensed engineer, and they can understand this and make a plan. If you want a 2-bedroom house or a 5-bedroom house, or they say how much you can build with the amount of room that you have there. They're asking for 12,000 square foot required, press dosed. So it's going to be a pressured system. In my understanding, you do these kinds of trenches, and you're going to do them along the hill. So that if the hill does this, the trench does this. So the trench is like flat, but running along the hill. It may be like a kind of a slight angling down the hill, you know, like drainage systems in a house go down a 1/4 inch per foot. Maybe it'd be some kind of drain like that. So the water can slowly drain through that area and percolate into the ditch that you dig out here. And so they're digging a ditch and they're filling it with rock, these drain rocks. And then you're going to have this pipe that goes through the ditch, and the stuff you're trying to get rid of is going to soak into these rocks and then eventually into the hill. And then they're capping it with, I don't know what, not cement. It's going to be like local dirt or something. They're going to fill it over. So they're saying they're going to do trenches 15 inches deep on the downslope side. So, you know, like 15 inches here, upslope is going to be a little bit more because of the slope. And you're going to put 6 inches of fill above it. So this dirt on top of the trench is going to be 6 inches. Applicant area 3 square feet per lateral foot. You know, so they got the calculations. This is what they want you to do for a septic system. You can give this to septic people, and they will understand that and tell you how much it costs for how much of a house you want to do. You don't have to go do that test on this property. And so when you're buying land, this map is like not the right area. So when you're buying land that doesn't have those kinds of tests done, you're gambling that you can actually get a septic system into that property. And I've bought a lot of properties without knowing that. And then I go to sell them, and people get them tested before they buy them, and while it's in title and stuff, and then we get a results back, and it's like, oh, that doesn't work. And you just got to pay more and pay more and pay more until you get it to work. And so it's nice to have the data ahead of time, is what I'm trying to say, so you can plan around it. So top of the hill here, 3031, somebody dug some holes there. 231 and 230, they dug some holes here. They dug some pits and some trenches, and they came up with the dirt's better down here in the back of the lot. This is the place to put septic, and this is downhill, which is good because then you can just gravity downhill to put it down there. But they still wanted it to be a pressurized system, probably something to do with moving it around the hill and slowly letting it out over time and not just gravity. So there's that, which is available on the website. Let's go back to the website. So if we're on the website, if I can't find it on here, I'll get it up there. Oh, I did. I put it up, but I didn't update it. I'll update it after the video. So you'll be able to, there'll be a download button and you can download the PDF forms and see that. And then the buy now button I just put on there, I just updated too. You could put $500. The button's not showing because I'll update that as well. So there'll be a blue button right here where it says code, and you could click on it and check out $500. Like, Luke, I want this. Let's do the paperwork. Let's go run it through the title company, escrow title. We'll go do all the paperwork and make it happen. $500. It's like, Luke, I want it. Don't sell it to somebody else. $500 deposit, paying for the land. $19,900. GPS coordinates on here. They'll take you directions to the property. You got a whole pile of GPS coordinates. You want the circumference. When you got arcs and angles, these directions, GPS directions, blow up something crazy. Taxes are like $400 something, almost $500 a year taxes because it's a nicer area. Let's look at the markets. That's what I really wanted to get into. Okay, so I got it pulled up on Zillow. This is our street right here, right? This house is close together, and then here's the bendy road down here. Our lot is right down here. And so we've got 1.68 acres that we've got. And so let's see what I did. I've got it set for sold. I've got it set for lots and land, and I didn't set any sizes. So here's our little area. We can zoom out to bigger areas, smaller areas. So here's a bigger one that just sold. The most recent thing that lots and land that sold in the area was 4.6 acres, which is a lot bigger than ours. $120,000. 5 acres, 157. Here's 1.63 acres that just sold for $50,000. That's pretty close to our size. That one sold for $50,000. That's the next road up. So we're down here. This one's over here. This just sold September of 2021 for $50,000. $50,000. Let's see how long this was on the market. They've got water. We've got water. Bring your engineer. Yeah, because you got to figure out septic over here. Septic needed. Okay, so the same story. Water available, electricity available. They listed 50. They listed for $50,000. Jeez. So 7/9, and then on 7/15, which is 6 days later, it went pending at $50,000 and sold for $50,000. Maybe I should just go figure out what realtor this is and have them sell it. But you guys can do that. Like, this is, I want it gone. $56,000, $72,000, $230,000, $63,000, $70,000, $115,000. Here's a $30,000. So here's one that really stands out in price. Let's see what the heck's wrong with this one. I'm asking $19,900. Contini Mine Road. This was one of my properties. I sold this one. This was one of my properties. That doesn't count. $23,000. Let's see what's up with this one. $23,000. 1.61 acres. It's got a power line. Let's see if it tells a story on this one. This wasn't my property. $23,000. I don't know what the story is on that one. So we got one that stands out at $23,000. Most of it's like $50,000 plus. There we go. We zoom out some more. Let's see what's for sale. What's for sale of this kind of size? It's your competition. So if you bought this thing and you try to dress it up, put it up for sale, I would like get the septic set up so somebody could just move in, not have to worry about what the septic's going to cost. 165 grand for the same size. This one's bigger. This one's smaller for 50 grand. Here's our size asking 49. This was smaller than us asking 49. 60,000 for 1 acre. 60,000 for 1.3 acres. Okay, you guys should go look at the market. My point is, I only found one property that was anything close to the price, and it's one that I sold. My prices are always screwing up the market. I found one that I can't tell what's. There's one outlier property that's still above the price. Usually, good buildable lots like this sell for a good deal above the screwy, hard to do, gnarly ones with funky shapes down in the swamps. Those are usually the lowest price ones. So maybe the problem I have here is that I've priced it so low that people think this is the screwy one that doesn't work, that's not buildable. But it sure looks buildable to me. Yeah, it's got the septic, it's got the utilities, it's got land, and you can just go make it happen. For $19,900, this is Luke Smith at Rural Vacant Land, bringing you some more cheap, easy land. Feel free to take off with this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.